Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and the
Shade in
City.
the City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of The Other Way, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 13, Say Yes to the Mess. And they weren't talking about mess, meaning Holly's hair. So if you have not already Shade Squad, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get right into it. And again, TLC, shout out to you for keeping it short, sweet, and wrapping it in a nice little shady bow for us. We appreciate you. Let's get shady. Shekinah, she's still mad at this Sarper hasn't posted her. She's still really upset about that. She don't want to be a 12-hour, 24-hour story. And so he decides that he's going to put on a little striptease for her. I was going to go into a certain song, but then I remember who sang it. And, I don't want to get canceled. So I'll just leave that in my head. Now she gets and then she quickly gets over it and they bang in the kitchen. Then he decides he's going to take her to the gym with him. And obviously we know that he's a personal trainer and he works. So he is at work. And he's going there to train his client, but he's also messing with her. So the client shows up and she's like, then he's like, all right, you good. Let me go, make this money real quick. But he greets the client with, 2 kisses on the cheek, which I think is very European. I feel like everybody does that. People do it over here. But she don't like that. She is
because he's not supposed to have women clients anyway.
So, then I love when she tries to come over and interrupt the session. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm happy that Sarper checked her, because if I was that client and I'm paying my good hard-earned money, you might get cussed out. And Sarper, I want my money back for the session. That's what we not doing. But he checked her. So she runs into the locker room. I'm not gonna lie, she was giving very childish. So she runs into the locker room and she's hiding there. And once he's done with this client, he goes and he can't go into the ladies' locker room. So he's like, come on.
Wait, did you notice that the client was like, when are we going to schedule for the next one? And he was like,
I'll get back to you. So you gonna mess up your money messing with this girl. And then when you ain't got no money, trust and believe she ain't gonna like you that much. So
and she ain't working. She ain't doing nothing over there.
Wasn't she married to her baby daddy? Wasn't it her husband at one point? I think she's set for life. She probably don't have to. I think it's one of those situations. But again, she doesn't give me the vibe that if he can't do anything for her, that she's going to stick around. That's just my Now, so he basically goes and grabs her out of the ladies' room once he realizes that she's the only one in there. And she, I guess she listened to too many LL Cool J songs, and she was, thinking she was sitting at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop.
Sucking on a lollipop.
Okay.
He snatched that thing right out of her mouth.
Right, and threw it on the ground. And so, she's like, you told me, and I told you I didn't want you to have female clients, and then you gave her a kiss on the cheek in front of me. And he's like, look, 90% of my clientele is women. So therefore, if you want me to make money so we can do these nice little boat cruises that we do, and you want new mattresses and you better get your life together. And I'm sorry, I don't necessarily like Sarper, but the man had valid points.
And clearly there's nothing, at least I'm going to say at least between him and her, because he brought you to work with him. It's not like he didn't know what client he was scheduled to see.
That part. So yeah, that's Shekinah and Sarper, and she annoys me. And then we get into Holly Nest.
What?
Holly Next. I meant to say Holly Next, but it said Nest. I'm sorry. Because that's what her hair reminds me of. It's like a.
I was about to say, you did not mean to say that. She did. She meant N-E-S-T, not N-E-X-T. So yes, it is Wayne and Holly's wedding day. For Wayne, everything seems to be going perfect. Everything, he picked out is beautiful. Apparently, I guess, he did this mainly by himself. He's just hoping that Holly loves it because, he wants the day to be special for her.
It was good for him doing most. If he did most of it, like he said, I think he did a good job. Now, I will say, whatever she was talking about, whimsical, it wasn't giving that, but it was cute. But I didn't get whimsical. I mean, like the forest and whatever. I guess she wanted to be, but like the cake and stuff, it wasn't giving whimsical. The cake was like white and black, and it was real. It wasn't. What was whimsical about it? I expect, and even then, whimsical. When I think whimsical, is this is how y'all know I be watching too much TV, right? If y'all ever seen what's the girl's name? And I think I even seen it in Love Is Blind. But
when I think
if you ever seen Sister Wives, when they do like the forest weddings with the lights hanging, that gives me whimsical vibes. Like I
think of a lot of like flowers and
right
like pines and stuff like that.
That gives me whimsical, and I wasn't getting that, but it was still cute. I'm just saying, I think she might have picked the wrong word,
or he had to go within his budget.
Well,
now Holly, on the other hand, she's not having the best day. She had a complete meltdown because she ain't got no lashes. And apparently she slept through her lash appointment. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not walking down the aisle without no lashes either. I completely understand, but I know how to do my
laughing to myself because I was like, this would be nails. Because I would wake up and be like, all right, let's move on. Like that would be the so far from the word. But again, nails has expressed to me when lashes are important. So I get it.
It's a thing. Like the thing is, what I don't need though is to wait on somebody else to do my lashes. So I'm not having a meltdown about it. Or somebody that's in this room with me gonna run out and go get me some lashes. But what I ain't about to do is walk down the aisle without lashes or have a meltdown about some damn lashes.
Well,
now she knows, apparently she knows, she said that Wayne is the man she's supposed to marry. But right now she is not feeling mentally ready. So Holly,
and she's supposed to marry for the third time because we learned she's been married 3 times. No, I'm sorry, 2 times already.
Apparently she knew then that they weren't the men she was supposed to marry, but did it anyway. I don't know. Now, Holly's an hour late for her wedding and has Wayne kind of standing there at the altar feeling like he may have a runaway bride on his hands. When she does finally show up, everyone's super happy that they can finally get started because it seems like they tired of being there. Now she seems happy that she did finally find some lashes. I guess somebody went out to the store and got her some because they was looking good. Her lashes was popping. They had a beautiful, quick ceremony. I don't know if you noticed, but did you see the rock on her finger? I don't know if it's cheaper over there or what, but the rock was rocking.
Oh, I didn't notice the rock was
rocking. I noticed. Oh, yes, it was. Listen, anybody would have said yes to a rock like that. Okay.
Are you going to have to pawn the rock to pay next month's rent, though? That's the real question? Because we know Wayne ain't got it.
If it's cheap over there, he probably won't get that much for
it. That part.
Now she's excited to see if he's really a sex god, like he says. They can finally do it in the eyes of the Lord.
So TJ and Kimberly. Nell's his favorite couple. Kimberly is bringing her parents over to meet TJ's parents before the wedding. TJ is trying to convince Yosh to, start off on a clean slate with Kimberly and, be nice. They so the parents get there, they show off the apartment upstairs, and apparently TJ done even went and got this girl French European doors to the bathroom.
You know what I thought?
What?
You know what I thought was dope?
What?
In the car ride over there, the parents are asking, like, what do we do
the customs, right.
Just to make sure they don't disrespect them
or offend them in any way. Absolutely. I did notice that.
See,
this is how you're supposed to be. Now, they all sit down and talk on a little like rooftop area that he done made for her, which I was like, for you to have so many complaints, this is a really nice spot. I personally would have liked it. I look, if I really cared that much about windows, I would put some paper over the windows until the time being. But you know what I ain't got? I ain't got a patio with a table that I can sit out and enjoy my glass of wine and look at the city. So, you win some, you lose some.
You know what you ain't got? You ain't got to pay no bills.
That part. So, yeah, they sit down and talk, and Kimberly's dad brings up the cultural differences and her whole living situation. Now, I love when his mother was like, it's really not about,
they were smarter.
right. The mother was just like, look, people are people. It don't matter about culture. We just like you expect respect, we expect respect. Just very basic. And I was like, you better tell her, mama. You better tell her. And so basically she's like, I don't have an issue with Kim being there, but I want her to respect everyone in this house. And then they asked Yosh, like, are you going to be able to be good with Kimberly? And he's like, yeah, we're going to have issues, but that shouldn't be the end all be all. But basically, like, I'm going to for her and she's just going to have to get over it. That's what I read that as. True Virgo in him. So
no.
What'd you say?
I said he's a male Virgo. Look, I'm gonna use it when I can.
And so, but yeah, he says he's gonna be good. And Kimberly, like I said, she just believes Yosh is putting on for the family. And I said, absolutely he is. And then as soon as you are TJ's wife,
he gonna show you who runs you.
Okay. And y'all family.
Maybe that's straight across the board, Virgo.
Right.
Mary and Brandan. So Mary's
broken broker. I can't call him Dumb and Dumber. Broken broker.
I think you still can.
And then my question is, I don't know. How are they surviving right now? Granddaddy gone. I ain't seen grandma.
It sounds like they in super amount of debt, so making no profit. So, all right, let me get into it. So Mary says since she's been pregnant, she's basically been doing everything. Homeboy Brandan been on his lazy ass. She said that she gets up in the morning, cleans the entire house, while Brandan sleeps in, and then when he does get up, he get on his phone to play video games.
Can I just say something? That would have been a problem for me. If I was married, I would have pulled his card. You're in front of me now, so you don't need to be on your phone all day, every day. I'm here with you. That was the reason before you were on your phone all the time. So now that you're here and you're with me, how about you be with me? How about you help me?
And you know what Brandan could have said in response to just that?
Mm-hmm.
I was on my phone all the time with you, so I couldn't play no video games, and now I can.
Well, that part.
You'd have had to switch it back to the help me clean, because I couldn't play no video games while I was on the phone with you because you've taken up all my airtime, okay?
Look, I would have had one of them pop-out screens and just moved her to the side while I was playing my game. I'd be damned if you take up my time like that.
No, see, I think they was on I don't know if they was on FaceTime or what, but on FaceTime you're on pause when that happens.
Oh, really? You can't. See, this is why I don't need no Apple phone.
It puts them on pause. I think maybe you can make it. You can make the part. Maybe I think with the update, I think you can make the person.
I was gonna say I'll be watching YouTube videos and just move it to the side and be playing my games.
That ain't the same thing as FaceTime. You can do that. You can do that with other stuff, with other apps. So basically, she let him know that they needed to go get some supplies for their store. Apparently, they built a store by borrowing money from her friends. So they put themselves into debt with that. Apparently, they're not even really making any profits.
They trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
So I don't understand how this was supposed to work, because they're going to a store that everybody can go to buy cheaper things.
There's several of them. They built the same store that what's the name built? David and Sheila, the Sorry store. That's exactly what they built.
I don't understand why people can't just go to that store then and buy the things.
No, and that's why she was like, we're competing, because he was like, can we raise the prices? And she was like, no, because there's so many other stores.
My thing is, the point of opening a store is to get wholesale prices
Oh, I
to
get what you're
sell
saying.
them, to
But
sell
she's
them
going to the
for,
regular store.
that's my point, to sell them for retail prices. You're going to a retail store and selling retail prices. Why would I go to you if you're selling it even slightly higher when I can just go to the other retail store?
Because it's close.
That's like going to Walgreens versus CVS.
It depends on which one's closer. It's convenience. That's what it is. Along their walk. Because remember, her target, this is how you know this there, and this is no shade.
If it's walking distance,
this
really?
is how you know they haven't had a business plan, because their target audience or market is little kids walking home from school that really ain't probably got no money. So already there, I was like, this is the business plan, and y'all, and you support. But again, he was too busy on his damn phone playing video games, and he probably wasn't listening when she ran the idea.
I'm just this is what, that's where I'm confused. Where was the business plan? Because he's asking about on the way to the store after they just spent up some money.
No, I got it. They spent $8 in inventory to only get a few cents back, and they only make $18 a month. And they have $1,000, they're $1,000 in debt from the build out.
What I don't understand is how you guys didn't have this conversation ahead of time, because he's having it now. He said, well, can we sell it for a little bit more to make profit? And like Tree said, she said no, because we're competing. So why did you think it was a good idea to open up a store?
Because he had no hand in paying for it. She went to her friends, so he probably was like, let me keep my mouth out of it, because I ain't got nothing to help support or provide anything.
I don't give a damn. I'm still not wasting all my damn time to be there all day to make no profit.
Well, he's not. That's her beef. He's not there.
Well, I don't think my pregnant woman should either. It's a waste of damn time. So basically, they had a conversation about how they were going to get more money. And she tells him that he needs to wake up and come to the store and help, because, when people come, they leave because there's nobody there running the damn store.
How do you know people are not stealing? And again, your target market is kids. How do we know they're just not walking out the store and be like, I owe you?
She makes some points. So he basically says, legally, he can't work in the Philippines, and there's a language barrier. So there's really not much he can do. Don't he got internet? Because he for damn sure playing them games on his phone. He better do like
look for some remote from home opportunity.
Exactly. Over in the US. Boo, what are you doing? It's not making no sense. I understand y'all are young, but come on, really? So
no, Brandan, I fully think, and I'm sorry. I don't know if pregnancy has knocked some, that's what it'll do to you. I don't know if pregnancy has knocked some sense into Mary, but Brandan seems to me like he wants it, because when you think about it, he even before he got over there, he knew he didn't have money. So he knew that eventually something was going to run out. I don't think he ever planned on working when he got there. He couldn't have. I think he fully thought he was going to go live his best life in a different country. And because you didn't know the language before you went over there. You knew your bank account was on E before you went over there. He knew all this before he flew over there.
I don't understand why he didn't try looking for a remote job before he even left home. He could have stayed on FaceTime all day long and still been working before he moved over there.
That's what, I'm sorry to say this. Y'all can drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think, Shade Squad. It makes me think that Brandan wants to be a bum. Just straight up and down. He wants to be a bum. He likes being, and if you think about it, you couldn't get off the phone with her long enough to keep a job over here in America I'm sorry. I gotta call a spade a spade. It sounds to me like he likes bum life. He likes bum life. And I'm starting to question if he really paid for this, because he couldn't keep a job before. And now that he is here, is the math ain't math.
But he didn't have any bills either while he was in the US. He ain't had no bills.
You got to be able to hold a job. He couldn't, I imagine if he had a job, he couldn't have it for more than 6 months before he was probably let go, because he was always on the phone with this chick. I don't know. It just makes me think, and the fact that they're still out here surviving and there's no money and they're going into more debt, unless they're just borrowing from different, and y'all know they allegedly, they got fired for breaking the NDA about the baby and being married. So you ain't got that TLC check no more. So this was that the only thing I can think of is he had in his mind, we're about to get this check from TLC. But even still, that's not gonna keep you. I don't know. It's not the well thought. These are kids about to bring another kid into this world. It's ridiculous.
So then he goes to the back where he's been hiding a ring.
A bubblegum machine ring at that.
I literally said one that looks like he got from a bubblegum machine. And then he proposed.
No. And then I thought, I'm sorry to cut you off. This is just really, it burned my soul. He said, I saw it. And it had this beautiful engraving. And I'm mad that it looked like the ring was in the little plastic egg that comes out the bubblegum machine. It looked like it was still in that.
It looked like one of those rings that, like is adjustable too.
Right.
Like.
And he was like, it said, I am enough. I said, Brandan, if you can get out here with that bullshit, I'm sorry, I will call it. Okay, that's some bull.
The look on her face was pure disgust. She looked disgusted, and it was a super awkward silence.
Look, and Mary don't seem like she asked for much, clearly.
He says basically that he knows that they have a lot going on, but he loves her and he wants to marry her, but maybe this is not the right time. And she agreed. She's like, yeah, it ain't the right time. She was like, I'll marry you. Huh?
Sorry to cut you off again, but ain't no way in hell you gonna not be working, not bringing any money whatsoever, and you don't cook or clean or do anything.
That was basically what she said. She was like,
like, I don't understand. Like,
she's like, he doesn't
if you
do
can't
anything.
wash a dish, or if I'm at the store, I would expect, if I was Mary, and that's why I said Mary is starting to get smart. And I don't know if it's because she's becoming a mother, but she's starting to realize, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have to go work at this store and come back and clean up.
I'm telling you, while you're pregnant, it does knock some sense into your brain.
It does.
Now, basically, yeah, she agreed that it's not the right time for them to get married. And she was like, we'll do it when we're ready. So he's like, are you saying you're not ready? Read between the lines, my man. So he said that he still wanted her to wear the ring because of it's engraved encryption that says, I am not enough.
No, I am enough.
My bad. I am enough.
I would have said the ring is not enough.
But it was way too big. So he suggested that they get it resized. And she's like, no, that's going to cost money. Let's not force it.
Look, and I don't think it's all you got to do is squeeze it together. What you mean? I got to get it resized.
It looked like it was adjustable.
Oh God.
But yeah, in the confessional, she basically said that she said whatever she needed to not hurt his feelings. So.
Oh, bless her heart. Well, that is the foolishness. That is the 90-Day Fiancé the other way. We appreciate you tuning in to this review. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, and we will catch y'all next week. I believe, just the way things are going, that we should be, I don't want to say pulling out, that sounds weird, but we should be closing out this season eventually, or I would imagine in 1 or 2 episodes at this point, because what else is there to see? I hope they don't make, again, I appreciate the small doses. But
I was about to say it's short, so it's not
right. But I don't really think there's much more to give. Holly and Wayne are married. Sarper and Shekinah, I'm not even paying attention to them. Kenny and Armando are good at this point. TJ and Kimberly got to get married. That's probably the last episode. I bet that would be the finale.
And what's her face? Johan
and Johan and Danielle are gonna finally break up, I think. So, oh, that's happening. That's happening. That's happening. And that's not even, look, I'm knocking on wood, not because I don't want to be an asshole, but that's happening. And who else? And Brandan and Mary are we already know are married and have a baby. So what else is there? What else is there to do at this point? But close it on out and let's go ahead and get to the tell-all. But we appreciate you in the way you presented us to us TLC again. Thumbs up. Yeah, y'all. So we'll catch you next week for another episode of 90 Day the Other Way. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.